Welcome to No Flipping Excuses with Jason Lucchese. Jason Lucchese was the guy voted least likely to succeed by his high school peers. Today, Jason's a real estate flipping ninja Jedi Knight assassin who's taken his drive, street smarts, and never give up attitude and converted them into a real estate flipping business and freedom-based lifestyle. After years of being chained to a cubicle in the mortgage business, watching his coworkers go bust, customers go bankrupt, and his hairline go bye-bye, Jason decided to make a change and blaze his trail to the flipping promised land. Each episode, Jason shares real-life real estate case studies, tips on how to find, finance, and flip deals, and mindset tactics he uses every day as a real estate investor, mentor, and leader so you can free yourself from the shackles of corporate America, fire your boss, and live the life you've always dreamed of, right flipping now. Here to share the truth about flipping houses, finding sellers, delivering buyers, real estate investing without the reality show hype, and all-around general business badassery. Your host, Krav Maga enthusiast, husband, and father of three, Jason Lucchese.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to the No Flipping Excuses show. It's Jason Lucchese, and we have an exciting episode here for you. I have a good friend of mine that's going to be joining me here in just a second. But before I introduce him to you, I want to make sure if this is your first time listening to the show that you listen to this whole entire show. We have a jam-packed show for you. We're going to be delivering some amazing information for you. And then afterwards, what I would love to see you do is leave us a 5-star review. Leave us a good solid review for other individuals like yourself to see this show so that they could also grab this information that we're sharing absolutely for free. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please make sure that you also leave a 5-star review, and just make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet that you do so, because that's going to notify you of when we upload brand new podcast episodes. These are going to be phenomenal for you, and we want to make sure that you get them right away. So make sure you do that, and we'll make sure that you get those notifications from us. Now, without further ado, I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine. His name's Scott Horning. He's out of McKinney, Texas, and I've known this guy for a long time, and he recently got involved in our training program, Direct Deal Profits, and the guy literally called us I think 30 days later, and he just absolutely smashed it. Completely smashed the ball out of the park. And I think it was at 45 days as well, he did a total of 3 deals. So at day 30, he did 2 deals. And then at day 45, there was another deal done within that 15-day period. He just completely smashed it. And we were so excited to talk with him about that at that time. And we wanted to get him back on because I'm excited to talk to him. The guy is doing some awesome stuff. He's traveling all the time. He's really living life on his own terms, and he's just really making some things happen for himself. So without further ado, Scott, how you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you doing, Jason?
I am doing good, man. I'm so glad that we were able to find some time to have you come on the show, man. I know you're doing some amazing things. Why don't we do something here? Why don't we take it all the way back to when you first got started in real estate? Tell us a little bit about that. Like, what made you want to get started in real estate?
Oh, it's just time for a change. I was most of my grown life, I was a fitness trainer and a massage therapist, and I just got kind of burnt out on it and wanted to make more money. So somebody always told me to become a realtor. I was good at talking to people, but I really don't like working for anybody. So I moved to Bailey, Colorado back in 2007. I worked with the Twyfords, in the same office, and that's where it started. So
yeah,
it's been working it ever since.
No, that's awesome, man. And how long ago was that you got started?
I think it was October of 2000. No, actually July of 2007.
Gotcha. So you've been in the business for a good period of time now. How did the business start off for you? Was it rocky like it is with a lot of new investors, or did you hit it right out of the park?
I was actually I was like one of their salespeople. I helped sell their programs and learned. I was learning and earning as I learned, and it was it was not what I wanted because I was making just an hourly plus commissions. But then when I moved back to Texas and realized how much money I could make on my own, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's awesome, man. So let's flash forward here and discuss a little bit about like what you're doing now. I know we spoke, I think it was probably the second quarter of 2017, and you were doing some awesome stuff there. Let's kind of discuss what your year has kind of looked like for you. I know you've been traveling a lot. Let's talk about all that good stuff.
Before I got into the program that I got started with you, I was just the old, doing it the old way, calling people, piggybacking off other people's, deals, averaging 3 to 5 a month, more towards the 3, but I wanted more of the social media, and I'm not really good at that stuff. But what I learned from you, man, I'm just shy of 4,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I get 15 to 30 a day. And to be honest with you, I haven't even been on LinkedIn looking for people in the last 3 months. And they just keep, I don't know where these people are coming from, but they just keep asking me to, become part of their following, and they want to become part of mine.
Yeah.
So now I'm just focusing on, getting more deals done. Want to go more towards the commercial side, but I'm still, doing single family all day long.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. So mainly right now you're doing single family homes, and I'm always seeing on your Facebook, you and your girlfriend are always traveling. Tell me about that. How are you able to do the traveling and still do the business? Because a lot of people, they don't understand that they could do this business virtually. So let's kind of hear it from your perspective.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, starting a year ago, the first time I ever went to Cancun, I closed a deal that I was working on, and I got like $4,000 deposited into my account as I was in Cancun. It was just absolutely amazing. Not only that, but last September I went to Athens, Greece, and another $6,000 when I was over there. I was like, I was 14. I was like a day and a half away from the States.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how you can do this anywhere as long as you have a mobile phone and internet. You can do it anywhere in the world.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I remember seeing the Greece pictures. That looked phenomenal. I personally haven't been there yet, but it looks like you guys definitely had a good time.
The Santorini Islands and Mykonos, it was just amazing.
Nice.
It was amazing.
No, that's awesome, man. So as of right now, you're basically, you've got a virtual business that you could, it could run wherever you go in the entire world, right?
Yes. And I'm trying to make it better. So I was actually talking to, with Mike, and, I was like, what's a drip campaign?
Oh yeah.
So again, I'm old fashioned with a lot of things. I'd rather talk and do it myself,
Sure.
But to get everything automated, that's where I want to go. And that's where I want to be before the end of the year.
No, that's awesome. And unfortunately we don't have a mic for
I'm sorry.
Michael,
Michael,
the chief. No, you could call him Mike. That's fine. I call him Mike. We call him the chief ninja officer.
Nice. I like that.
Because he's always operating as a ninja. So
yeah,
he'll maybe be on a future show, and maybe he'll be able to say hi to all of us. But he's in the background being the executive ninja producer that he is.
Yeah, he's got like 4 computer screens. Wow.
He does. He has a lot of computer screens. We're trying to add on another 3 or 4 just to make him feel a little bit more complete. But yeah, it's getting up there with the monitors. It's like something out of that movie Swordfish.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's awesome, man. So tell us a little bit about so you brought up LinkedIn, and that was something that we have in the training program, Direct Deal Profits, and you've just been seeing that explode on you, huh?
Yeah, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
it really is.
So what's some of the benefits that you've been seeing from increasing your connection account on LinkedIn?
Real people that actually have money, and they're not, tire kickers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I do a lot of, I kind of get away from Craigslist. I still put my properties on CL,
yeah,
but so many people are so full of crap. They're like, is this a spam? And I'm like, well, the way I do my business, if I can't get their name and number, I'm not going to waste my time, because why wouldn't anybody want to give me their name and number to go look at one of my properties? I mean, there's a lot of crooks out there, but with LinkedIn, I mean, everything is like, I mean, I even asked for a soft proof of funds, and people that are real don't have a problem with giving you what you need.
Exactly.
And that's what I like about it.
Well, the other cool thing is too, like LinkedIn isn't all about like, checking in and showing people where you're at and showing like a dessert you had last night or anything like that.
Right, just like your training. Yeah, I like that about. It's all about what you're actually doing, and that's looking for buyers and sellers in the real estate industry.
No, exactly. And one of the things that we're going to be discussing here with Scott on this segment on this show is we're going to be discussing some of the deals that he's recently done, how he's been finding the deals. And like he just said, some of the things that you could do for finding cash buyers. This is going to be really exciting information that you're going to really want to tune into. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay in your seat, and we're going to be returning real soon here. We'll be right back.
Have you been struggling to close your first real estate deal? I hear this all the time, and you're not the only person in the not having closed your first deal boat. I was there, and the feeling is horrible. I can tell you on page 103 of my book, Right Flipping Now, I address how you can easily overcome closing your first deal quickly and easily without using any of your own money or credit. My first deal closed when I was on vacation. I made $26,000. You can do the same thing. Grab a copy of my book at getmyflippingbook.com, and you can get your first deal closed for massive profits. I have copies of my book available at getmyflippingbook.com, and you can have a step-by-step plan for making profits on your first deal, closing within the next 30 to 60 days. Go to getmyflippingbook.com. That's getmyflippingbook.com. www.getmyflippingbook.com.
Hey there, it's Jason Lucchese, and welcome back to the No Flipping Excuses Show. I'm here with my good friend Scott Horning out of McKinney, Texas, and we've been discussing his business, how he's able to travel and do his business virtually from anywhere in the world, as long as you have a mobile phone and your laptop. And most of the time, you may not even need your laptop, as long as you have everything mobile friendly and everything's able to use. Like you can use DocuSign, you can use a lot of different document signing platforms that title companies are completely fine with. Some of the things that you can do too is before you take off, like if you want to do a trip, you can maybe give your real estate agent or your attorney or maybe somebody on your team what's called a POA, power of attorney. I typically do that when I'm leaving. I give limited power of attorney to somebody on my team, and we are good to go at that standpoint. But let's get back to Scott here. We've got Scott on the horn here, and we're just knocking this out for you. We want to make sure that we're delivering some solid content to you. So Scott, let's talk about those 3 deals that we discussed, and you made, I believe, over 30,000 off of those 3 deals, right?
That or a little more. It's so funny. I remember 2 of them, but I can't remember the last one. I think I had 12 I was moving earlier last week, and now I'm back down to 9. So, and
Gotcha.
actually 10, so he's picked up another one over the weekend.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. So
yeah, it's really funny how it worked. I've been doing this for a while, and I talk to a lot of people. And then my girlfriend's, one of her friend that's in another city, he's kicking butt, and it's so funny because he called me up, and we were doing one of our properties in Bonham. We're doing a rehab, and this is one of the guys I hired as a bird dog. And other people get me properties, I pay them a little cash, and then when I close, well, when I was in Bonham, I went by and saw another house, and this other guy was like, hey, what can you get for this one? I'm like, I got a buyer. Well, the first guy, it was from a LinkedIn ad, and what I learned from from one of your course. Well, he bought the one in Bonham, and then we were doing the rehab. We were being the contractors. Well, he wanted to buy another property, so he bought both of them, and that right there was like close to 20 grand. It was kind of crazy.
Nice. No, that's awesome. Yeah. So all you did is you made like a post like in a LinkedIn group, or how did that go?
Yeah, actually, I went to I don't know if this was LinkedIn. I think this was LinkedIn, and one of them was in Facebook.
Oh yeah, you did the Facebook post that we do in the training as well.
Yeah, it's so funny because 2 of the properties was with the same guy that I met through my girlfriend.
Yeah,
and they're his properties, but my buyers were from LinkedIn. So this other guy, it was kind of weird how it worked out.
No, that's awesome.
So then the 4th property after I got off the phone with you guys, the same guy through my girlfriend's friend. It's so funny because I met my Uber guy. We were going to a party one afternoon, and I picked him up as another buyer. So he was another deal, and it was like $8,000. And we were just talking, and he was a cash buyer. Who would ever think that a Uber driver had a ton of money? Well, he did.
Dude,
so
that's
him and his
awesome.
partner brought it. Yeah, so I got another buyer. So I was like, this is just crazy. But yeah, man, I've learned so much on the social media with you, and it just never stops. It just keeps getting better and bigger. So. Oh
yeah, I see. Don't you have a Facebook group as well that you post your properties in?
Yeah, it's so funny. I've got, after listening to you, I'm maxed out. I have 100 nationwide, and what I do is when I go and get a new property, I'll put it on Facebook. Then I'll go to all the cities that I want to market this property to. Well, yeah. I'll even do I do a lot of California as well, because there's a lot of people with a lot of money in California that want properties here in the great state of Texas.
Yeah.
So, and then I'll even do Atlanta. I do Jacksonville. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, and Texas is a very hot market. Now, for individuals that don't know, where is McKinney, like from maybe Dallas?
It's a DFW. I'm about 30 miles north of Dallas, so okay. I'm in the Metroplex. I'm in Collin County. So the major counties in the North Texas area is Collin, Denton, and Tarrant. So that's Fort Worth area. Denton, which is outside of Dallas, pretty big. And deals are hot right now.
That's awesome.
Here, so yeah.
No, that's really cool. So let me ask you this, because you said something just a little bit ago about some people not willing to proof up and possibly give you some proof of funds, and that's a really big way of weeding out the tire kickers. What are some of the things that you're saying to cash buyers in order for them to be like, okay, I'll send this guy a proof of funds letter? Because some people run into, an obstacle of where they aren't able to get that soft proof of funds letter. What's some of the things that you're doing in order to, really make that connection, in order for them to be like, you know what, this guy sounds cool, I'm going to go ahead and make this happen?
Right. I'm glad you brought that up, because there are so many people out there that are just full of hot air.
Right.
I'm just me, and I'm just like, hey, this is the deal. Before you get access to this property, I need to make sure you do have the funds and you can purchase this property.
Yeah.
So just give me a soft proof that you got it. Well, a lot of people say, well, I'm not going to do that, or they don't. Well, what that tells me is A, they have no money, or they're just trying to market this to another person, and they're going to cold wholesale it. And I let them know that, listen, this is just me. I really don't like doing cold wholesaling. The numbers are tight, but it's real easy. They're in or they're out. And next, it's so funny. The other day, I get this more on Craigslist than I do on Facebook or LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But on CL ad, I have this property I was trying to sell, and my ads are very simple. If you ever go anywhere, they're pretty much, it's a 3.2, 1,300 square feet on a half-acre lot, as is. Call for more info. Call or text for more info. It doesn't say email me. It doesn't say, send a freaking postcard, do smoke signals. It's very simple. People, it's just funny because people don't know how to listen, or they don't read. Well, this lady was like, I'm like, give me your name. If they email me, I'll say, great. Call or text me, and I'll text you the address, but not until you give me your name or your number. And this lady was like, she kept replying, and I just told her, listen, if you don't give me your name or number, I'm not going to do business with you. She's like, this is a scam. So I told her to grow up, like seriously. Then she called back. She texted me, but she emailed me back with some dirty cuss words. I'm like, seriously, delete, but it's just part of the game. It's like, just like a realtor. I mean, if anybody out there is a real estate agent, you're not going to show a property to anybody unless you get a copy from a bank stating that they have this amount of money to buy something. They're just not going to do it.
Right. Exactly. And, the other key thing that I would do, especially like if it's a first time relationship, maybe you just met the person off of LinkedIn or Facebook, and maybe they might be an actual cash buyer. One of the things that we do, and I'm sure you probably do this too, Scott, is we find out what title company they like to close at. And right off the bat, if they don't know of the title company, or if they don't know who the closing rep is, then that is also a significant sign that they're not closing. But here's the thing. If they are closing, they'll be able to give you like, ABC Title Company, and they'll also be able to give you the rep that they use. And an easy thing for folks to do is just give a quick phone call to that rep, find out when the last time they closed. And if they have a good track record, then boom, you know that person is good, and you could probably bypass getting a proof of funds letter from them because the title company confirmed that they are indeed actually closing transactions. So that's another good route to go down. And you've been putting these posts up, and like you said, they're like really short, sweet, and to the point, to where it's enough to spark enough interest for them to want to give you a call. And the phone calls, I'm assuming, like, how would those go? Like, somebody calls you, I say, hey, Scott, saw your post, I'm giving you a call. Like, what's the next thing that you say from
I'd be like, great, Jason, which one? Which city?
Okay. And I just say maybe 123 Main Street in McKinney, Texas.
Great. Yeah, that one's still available. What are you looking to do? You want to move in there? You want to fix and flip it? Or are you a renter? Tell me a little bit about what you want.
Sure. I want to buy the property to keep it as an income producer for me.
Okay, great. This property right now, it's vacant. It needs a little bit of repairs, under $15,000. And, after repairs are done, you can get $1,500 a month all day long for this property. And then keep on.
No, that's awesome. And, I put you on the spot there, but Scott handled it like a champ, like I know he would. So that's a really simple thing that you can do to really kind of vet out and weed out the cash buyers, to make sure that you are building up a nice list. And what we're going to do when we come back is we're going to talk about some of the things Scott does to really nurture his list, because he does have a pretty sizable cash buyers list after doing this method with LinkedIn and Facebook for a long period of time. And we're also going to discuss some of the marketing that he does for finding properties. We'll discuss some of the things that he's doing to really have deals coming in month after month consistently. So getting off the roller coaster ride of having deals maybe coming in and having the maybes is really not the way you want to operate your business. So we're going to tackle that here in just a moment. So we'll be right back. Stay in your seat. We'll be here in just a second.
I hear from real estate investors how much of a challenge it is finding motivated sellers. This is happening all over the country. Real estate investors not knowing where their next deal will come from. I can tell you on page 141 of my book, Right Flipping Now, I address how you can easily find deeply discounted off-market deals. The 98% of investors out there don't have a clue about this. You can easily duplicate this process within your own business today. Grab a copy of my book now at getmyflippingbook.com, and you can start finding deals for 50, 40, and 30 cents on the dollar without any competition. I have copies of my book available right now at getmyflippingbook.com, and you can have a step-by-step plan for making profits within the next 30 to 60 days. Go to getmyflippingbook.com. That's getmyflippingbook.com. It's www.getmyflippingbook.com.
Hey there, it's Jason Lucchese. Welcome back to the No Flipping Excuses show. I am accompanied by my good friend, Scott Horning out of McKinney, Texas, and we've been discussing cash buyers, deals that he's done that have brought in tens of thousands of dollars in profits, him doing this business virtually from, Greece, from Mexico, from all over the entire world. This guy is doing deals and he's enjoying life to the fullest. So Scott, let's talk about some of the cool things that you're doing with building your cash buyers list so that you can get deals sold like within a very short period of time. Like, what have you been doing to really maximize the growth and the potential that you have with that cash buyers list?
I don't want to. It's kind of weird. I mean, a lot of deals just come to me out of the blue. I don't know why that happens. I guess God is good. But when things go slow, I just take them from everywhere, from going to Zillow, going to other websites and just calling for sale by owner and doing it myself. But what I really like doing is getting other people to do it for me and just pay them a little fee.
Sure. And, that's a great point that you bring up, using maybe like a virtual assistant or somebody local to do all that stuff for you. Because one of the big things is, and I'll discuss this, I highly recommend that you get the book E-Myth, because it really talks about eliminating yourself from being in your business and being a true CEO. And that is to where you can work on the outside of the business, focusing in, and that really creates and separates you from being, the employee person. You have the employee hat on and you're doing everything within your business. And Scott brings up a really good point here. He stepped out of his own way so that he could hire somebody else to do this. And if you're just starting out, maybe you don't have the funds for this, but if you use a company like Upwork, which is a virtual assistant company that we use, it's pretty inexpensive. Have you used them at all, Scott?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Who do you mainly use to do some of your outsourcing?
Just any individual out there that wants to make some extra money in real estate. It's crazy how it happens, but I'll get some people to call me and trying to buy my property. They really don't know what they're doing, so I hire them and get them to work for me, and they bring me properties.
Oh wow! So you're having bird dogs work for you?
Pretty much.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're posting these so where are you mainly posting your ads, and what's like the ads saying?
It's really crazy. They're actually calling me to buy my property.
Oh wow.
And I just flip it and I get them excited about my energy, and they want to know what I do, and I tell them what I can give them, and they go to work for me. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I've done that with people from Oklahoma to Georgia to Florida to Texas. It's crazy.
Oh wow. So do a lot of these deals end up being like a joint venture deal, or are these
no
people?
And well, here's what I do. I also do kind of like you, Jason. I'm actually a mentor to quite a few of my students. But what I usually do is, after they give me 5 deals, then they have a chance to partner with me. Then they get 50-50.
Oh, cool.
So the first 5, it'll make anywhere from $500 to $1,000.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's kind of cool.
So that's great. That's a really good thing that you're doing. And most of these people that are coming to you, did they have any real estate experience before they came to you? No.
And if they did, it was very, very not good. Not good at all.
Gotcha. Maybe they bought some course.
It's really.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, buddy.
It's really funny. I just met this other guy. I don't know how he called me about one of my properties in Longview, and long story short, he's my student. I charge not that big of a fee, but I'm totally different than everybody else. I just do it hands-on. I don't give him anything to read. I'll give him an outline. But it's so funny because we've already done 2 deals together, and he was like, Scott, I've learned more from you in 2 weeks than I learned with this other company in 4 months.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what a ego booster right there. That really made me feel good. And again, I mean, I'm in this business because, I like to work for myself. I like to make money, and I love helping people. And you can do everything with this business, as long as you have a good teacher.
No,
and that's what I like about you, man. You're, like I said, when I went to work with the Twiffords up in Colorado, I met all the gurus, and most of them are full of hot air. And I don't like that about people, but it is what it is. That's just how the ball bounces. But with you're always there to answer questions. Your information, as long as you follow it, it will happen. It does work. I'm living proof of it.
No, I know. Like when you contacted Mike after 30 days of getting involved with the program, you were like, hey, I did this, and this. And I was like, oh, wow, that's great. I always expect big things from you because you've got this persona about you that's just phenomenal. You like give off all this positivity, and I knew for a fact you would make it happen just because, you do ask the questions. I always say to folks, you have to get back to when you were a kid and you would ask question after question. And so many people, when we get like into high school, we stop asking questions and we just become just listeners, and people just tell us what to do. And instead of asking questions and breaking out of the norm, that's one of the things we should get back to, is just asking more questions. I remember, on Facebook Messenger, through text, whatever it may be, or email, you would always be reaching out, and that's awesome. That's why I always knew like you would go and run with this and make it your own, and you obviously have, and I'm extremely proud of what you've done with this. This is just phenomenal.
Thanks.
Absolutely, man. So let's do this. I know you're getting a lot of your deals through word of mouth, referrals. People are probably seeing your stuff. Once you start doing this, like the LinkedIn and Facebook stuff, people will start seeing you and putting you as the authority figure within your market. But let's talk about this. Are you doing any marketing as of right now?
Not yet. Not yet. I haven't found what I want to spend my money on yet. So
okay.
And again, I like to save money like everybody else, but I just haven't found what I want to go with yet. Sure. I know a lot of people that are doing a lot of different marketing campaigns, but I don't know which one I'm going to do.
Sure. Well, let's say this, outside of the referrals and people that just give you a call, are you doing anything with finding deals on the MLS or No. Okay. Well, what are some of the things that you're doing to find the deals, or is all the business just 100% referral?
Well, a lot of it's referral, and it just like, I don't know, good luck. I don't know, positive energy, God being kind, however you want to look at it, the universe. Just like the other day, me and my buddy were, and I do a lot of side jobs as well. I help my buddy out. I love staying active and staying busy, but like, again, with real estate, and not unless you're stuck to a cubicle and you're got authority figures over and you can't answer your phone. If you do something where you can talk all the time, man, I'm helping my buddy out. He went through some health issues, and I'm the muscle helping him out with a lot of things. Well, we were power washing in my driveway after we did this other gig, and my mail lady came through, and we were talking something about properties or whatever. And she's like, I got a property for you. And I'm like, what is it, Betty? And she came by Saturday, signed the contract, and I'm going over to a little town in Whitewright and, take pictures, put my sign up, put a lockbox on. And, this property can bring me anywhere from 15 to 20 grand.
Oh, wow. That's great. No, that's really good. So,
but it's like, it's all the time. And people, I work with several people where marketing something, and other people come to me and say, hey, I need help. Will you help me sell this? And I'll shoot it out to one of my buyers, and they'll buy it, and I'll make 50%. I do a lot of that as well.
No, that's great. And so are you a licensed real estate agent? I don't think I ever asked you that.
Absolutely not.
So I wanted to point that out because I kind of assumed you weren't. And for those individuals out there that are like, oh man, I don't know if I need a license or not, Scott is in, kind of his own country in Texas. They definitely do things not like super different, but from a law standpoint, it's all over the place. And each state is essentially like that. But do you need to have do you need to have a license to be a real estate investor? No.
No.
Absolutely not. As long as you're not collecting a commission, you are completely fine. You may want to double check that with your own attorney in your own state that you're going to be operating in. But from our standpoint, as long as you're not collecting a commission and you're just collecting profits, you're completely fine. And I'm glad I asked you that, because a lot of people always ask us, do you have to have a license to do this business? And it's absolutely a big no. You can, but it's not necessary. So what's your take on that? Did you think you were going to have to get your license at some point, or?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. No, that's cool. And one of the things that we're going to do coming up here in just a second, we're going to go back and talk to Scott here about how he's doing the virtual real estate investing model, maybe what apps he's using, anything to really kind of keep him on point so that he doesn't lose any potential deals that are in his pipeline, or deals that may enter into the pipeline that he can get closed quickly and easily. So let's stick around. You're going to want to hear this, because we're also going to talk about, hey, is Scott actually using any of his own money for these deals? We're going to hop into that here in just a second. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
Are you facing a roadblock with getting started in real estate? This is an obstacle a lot of brand new investors face. Building a rock solid foundation is key to building your investing empire. I can tell you on page 95 of my book, Right Flipping Now, I address how you can build a lasting foundation that won't topple over when you're on the third floor. Do not avoid laying the proper foundation for your business. I've made this drop dead simple for you to just rip off and use within your own real estate investing business. Grab a copy of my book now at getmyflippingbook.com, and you can have the confidence you need to find and flip deals consistently month after month. I have copies of my book available at getmyflippingbook.com, and you can have a step-by-step proven plan for making profits on your very first deal, or maybe that second deal, closing within the next 30 to 60 days. Go to getmyflippingbook.com. Getmyflippingbook.com.
Hey there, it's Jason Lucchese, and welcome back to the No Flipping Excuses show. I am here with my good friend Scott Horning out of McKinney, Texas, and we've been talking about some really cool things here with his cash buyers, how he's doing business from all over the place, and it's really, really cool with what he's doing in his business to just be able to travel anywhere. He's able to do this business without using any of his own cash or credit. And that's what we're going to hop into. We're going to discuss that, Scott. So let's talk about, before we hop into the deals and how you structure them, let's talk about, like, when you're out of the country, for say, I know off air we just talked about you're going to be going to Italy here in probably within the next year, and you're going to go there for 12 days, which is awesome. What are you planning on using? Because sometimes you may not have phone service, but you have internet connection. What's some of the things that what's some of the recommendations that you use in order to stay on top of your deals?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, whatever carrier you're with, you just, there's some that have unlimited everything.
Yeah.
Or with me, I'm like with Verizon, so I just get on, $5. Or if they got Wi-Fi, then all you really need is internet access, information to my title people, my bank app, make sure the wiring gets placed where it needs to be placed.
Yeah, that's important.
And then, then I have my apps to do, if I need to. I really don't work on deals when I'm over, out of the country. It's just working on getting them closed.
Sure.
So it's just very basic stuff.
Have you gotten any deals while you were away under contract?
No.
No. Okay.
Because I usually I'm working, partying. I'm not working. I'm partying and having a good time with my family and friends.
Right.
But but then again, if some people call, it was really hard for me when I was in Greece. I remember I had a phone call and I called this guy and I forgot the time change. It was like 9:00 p.m. in Greece. Well, it was like 3:00 in the morning, in Texas. And I apologize, but evidently I think I pissed the guy off, but he was trying to buy one of my properties. So it was a huge mistake on my behalf. But like I said, you can do this business anywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know we talked a little bit offline about some of the apps you were doing. So, some of the ones that I would recommend too, like if you need like a text messaging service and you're not you're not, in a place that has a good, strong connection, two text messaging services that I would recommend is just a simple app called Line. And you could do text messaging. You could do group messages too. So if you have a team, you could do a group. Another cool one is Voxer. You can do Voxer. That's a good one as well to use. And we'll make sure to put all this in the show notes for folks. But did we cover all the ones that you like to use, Scott?
I just use my phone. I mean, if you have Wi-Fi, you can text pretty much from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a handset I use because I can customize my contacts.
Absolutely.
So like my cash buyers, if it comes in a big green dollar sign, whether it's a call or a text, I know that's a cash buyer from wherever I'm trying to sell a property, whether it's Houston, Beaumont, Corpus Christi, anywhere in the United States. That's how I document people when they call me.
No, that's
not unless
awesome.
It's a good friend. Like I got a picture of you and Ninja Mike and you. So.
Ninja Mike. No, I like that. So the other thing too, like Scott was talking about, make sure you have everything set up from a standpoint to where you can double check that your wire came in, because obviously you don't want to have a check cut for you and then you're not going to be back for 2 weeks. You want to just give them your wiring information for your bank so that the title company can wire that all into you. The other thing that I would make sure, if you're going to be doing this from a virtual standpoint and say you're going out of the country, make sure you just set up your plan with ever service provider you have, so you don't get like completely blindsided with a $1,000 cell phone bill. So I would give them a call.
Exactly.
And they have a special out of country plan because we're going to be headed out here soon, and we had to do that as well, to where we had to just get the plan so it's not like we're going to get completely thrown a complete dart in the forehead when we get back with $1,000 or $1,500 bill. So that's
and it can happen.
It absolutely can.
Yeah.
It absolutely can. So let's talk briefly about like the deal structuring that you're doing. I know you're not using any of your cash or credit for majority of your deals. So
Never.
how are you structuring these deals to where you're not using any of your own cash?
It's pretty crazy. When I talk with a seller, my best advice is be personal. Make it about them, and that's very hard for me because it's usually all about me.
Yeah.
But as I get older, I'm learning. But if you make it all about the person that you're talking to that's trying to get rid of the company or the house for whatever reason, make them feel good, and they can usually tell when you're full of. Excuse my language, but I just build rapport with my customers, and it's so simple. We'll negotiate. I'll get on the phone the first time. I'll do numbers. I'll do more numbers. Then I'll get one of my partners that I do a lot of business with. We do a lot of 50-50 deals.
Yeah.
He's got MLS access, so I'll let him run the numbers, and then I'll tell him a price. And it's really simple. I've been using a one-page purchase agreement contract through the whole United States. And whoever I'm doing business with, my title information is on the contract, so they can feel that this is legal. This is the real deal. It's not somebody's trying to screw them or scam them, because there's a lot of people out there that do a lot of not cool, stuff, and they're crooks. But
right.
Anyway. If they want to call my title company, my escrow officer and the attorneys are at that number, and they can ask any questions they want. And they love me to death because I bring them a lot of business. And again, I make people feel good. It's just you gotta be happy. You gotta, want to make people happy in this business, and things will work out. So
yeah,
that's pretty much it. I'll put the address, the basic one-page contract. They usually put up a $3,000 non-refundable deposit. To title. Now, if something happens where the title comes back cloudy or I can't get it clean, they get their money back. But if they change their mind, or their spouse changes their mind, they lose out, because when you're busy, this, you can't just be nice. You gotta keep it as a business to
absolutely
get paid as a business, right?
So you're collecting the earnest money deposit on your transaction that you're doing with the owner of record. You're basically getting the earnest money deposit for that times more money so that you could get yourself covered on all the bases just in case that person walks. You're getting that money from your ultimate end buyer, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Let's say I get a contract from Ninja Mike. He's selling me a property. You're my buyer. You want to buy this property for $50,000. I'm going to get a $3,000 non-refundable deposit. You're going to wire it to title. When it closes, you just pay the difference plus closing.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's awesome, man. And what's a really cool way for somebody, like, say for instance, they're interested in buying properties from you, or maybe they have properties that they want to sell to you within that Dallas-Fort Worth area. What's a good way for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, just give me a call. 214-405-7610.
Okay, awesome. And again, this is I'm with Scott Horning out of McKinney, Texas. And, he's been sharing a lot of knowledge bombs here with us about some of the things that he's doing within his business. If you really enjoyed this episode that we have with Scott, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. Let us know what you think about the show within that rating that you are leaving. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you need any help whatsoever, if you need to give us a call, maybe you have a question about the show, or maybe you have a suggestion on a future show that you would like to have us discuss for you, you can call us at 317-900-1307, or you could reach out to us via email, which is support@jasonluchesi.com, and that is spelled JASONLUCCHESI.com. Again, Scott, thank you so much for joining us today on the No Flipping Excuses show. This has been great. Any final words that you want to share before we go ahead and wrap it up?
I just wanted to thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Awesome stuff here, man. We are super, super excited that you were able to come on the No Flipping Excuses show. We're going to be doing some awesome stuff here with Scott, so stay tuned. Give this man a call if you want to buy properties from him or sell him properties. This guy is hungry and he's always in buy and sell mode. So again, nationwide. So it's not just Dallas-Fort Worth, it's nationwide. So this guy is the real deal. I know for a fact he showed us all of his checks, which is awesome stuff. So Scott, thanks again, my man. And we are going to call it a wrap. Thanks for joining us on this No Flipping Excuses show. Take care. Bye now.
Thanks for listening. For show notes and links to anything discussed on today's program, visit noflippingexcuses.com. If you'd like to call the show, dial 317-900-1307, 24/7. Leave a message with your first name and where you're calling from, and include your question, comment, or concern. Who knows? You might end up on the air with Jason Lucchesi. If you like the show, be sure to subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher. The links are posted at noflippingexcuses.com. Remember, you can close more deals now, make your own rules, and design and live an amazing life without having some jerk-off boss tell you what to do. Share noflippingexcuses.com with like-minded people you know who are ready for badassery, crushing it in real estate, and enjoying freedom to whatever you like, whenever you like it.